Thought I would do a tier list for Sylvester Stallone. So here we go. First one, Demolition Man. That's got to be an A for me. Maybe S. I really like that movie. Kind of predicted the future in many ways. Hmm. I love Wesley Snipes. You know, this is at the height of his career. Maybe a few years later, maybe with Blade is the height, but great movie though. So what is this? I don't even know what this is. Oh, is this Rumblefish? I don't know. I haven't seen that. Or not Rumblefish. What is he is it a Coppola movie he's in? I haven't seen it though, so if I haven't seen it, I'm gonna put it in F. Doesn't mean it's bad though. I just haven't seen it. I haven't seen V for Victory. Been meaning to watch that though. Driven. Not a great movie. Probably D. Oscar, not a great movie. It's been a long time since I've seen those. Though Driven maybe C, take a C minus. So I haven't seen Creed 2. So this is all movies I haven't seen. Doesn't mean they're bad. Okay. Avenging Angelo. I think I saw that. I'm gonna go with E. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I liked it, so probably go with B. He's not in it that much, but Rocky 4. Probably go with A. Spy Kids. Ugh, that's bad. Maybe not F level bad. Well, yeah, it's pretty bad. Rambo 4. Gonna go with S. I love that movie, especially the director's cut or the unrated cut. I mean, super violent, exactly what a Rambo movie should be. I love the scene where he has that massive gun. It's like an anti-aircraft gun, but he just takes it, kills tons of guys, kills the guy in front of him like a point blank. No, that's a great movie. But I actually like all the Rambo movies. Yes, even five, which I don't know if this is on there. Even five. I don't think that movie's that bad. I know it gets tons of hate. Like for me, I may like it more than three. I know that's crazy to some people, but anyways, Escape Plan. Not a good movie. I wouldn't say it's F, just because him and Arnold are in it together. Although, how many scenes do they have together? Been a long time since I watched it. I'll give it a D. Yeah, I'll put it above these because honestly, I've watched these once before. I've watched this once before, but I remember more of it than those. Escape Plan 2, never seen it. Looked terrible. Get Carter. It's been a while, but I like the original. I think it's much better than this one. So D. I'll probably put it above these. Maybe above Escape Plan. Should rewatch it though. Fist, never seen it. Rocky Five. I'll go with B because there's some good performances in it. It's just not that good of a movie. So yeah, worst Rocky movie definitely. Is this Bullet to the Head? You know what? I didn't hate this movie. I know like a lot of people hate that movie. Isn't that Walter Hill? I think it may be. Then I think he may have retired right after that. After that flopped. Yeah, I want to go with C. I watched it once. I didn't think it was terrible. Jason Momoa was in it. I remember there was like a battle at the end with axes that I thought was okay. Movie got a lot of hate. Rocky 3, S tier. I mean, he fights, Mr. T. Come on. Um. Oh, Death Race 2000. I just watched that, or a couple months ago. I'll go with A. Yeah, I like it. Corman movie, Roger Corman. Haven't seen Backtrace. That looked bad. Haven't seen Grudge Match. Now Rocky, yeah, S tier. One of his best. Classic movie. Him and Adrian. Movie that made his whole career. I mean, he's said that he was almost like homeless before this movie. He was out of money. Um, he wrote the script. He took it to the studios, and they loved the script, but they're like, "Well, we'll just buy it off you." And he's like, "No, you have to. I'm the star." And they didn't really want to do it, and there's a lot of back and forth. But finally, they agreed in the contract. He's the star, and they paid him for the script. He sold his dog that's in the movie. Um, he sold his. I think it's in the movie. Yeah, and then after they paid him for the script, I think he went and bought the dog back. But he sold it because he was out of money. He had to pay rent and get food. So, but he already had been in some movies, like Death Race 2000 is before that. But you know, it's a great story. I mean, it almost mirrors his life in many ways. So, one of my favorite movies of all time. Um, have I don't know if I did a commentary on that. I reviewed it. But yeah, one of the greatest movies ever made, in my opinion. And then he would go on to direct, many of the sequels, but he didn't direct that one. That's the director of Karate Kid. I haven't seen this. I don't know about Stallone singing with Dolly Parton. I'm not sure about that. Now, Expendables 2. For me, that's my favorite one. I mean, the first one's okay. I just thought this one was more fun. I don't think it took itself as seriously. Um, I like the villain of Jean Claude Van Damme. He's very good. I like when Chuck Norris just shows up randomly, kills a bunch of people, and leaves. That one felt like everything was kind of gelling together. I don't think he directed that one. Directed the first one, but um, yeah. And the third one that was terrible. I watched it. I haven't watched the fourth one yet. I've been meaning to, so I can. When I do, I'll review it. They looked bad though, because the third one was just bad. There's a bunch of young characters that I don't care about. No one cares about them. These movies are supposed to be R rated, and I think the third one's PG-13. I think the fourth one went back to R, so I'll give it that. But these movies are supposed to be R rated, about the classic '80s and '90s action stars, and the third one they're just almost trying to like replace them with the new young guys, and no one cares. So, but yeah, and Jason Statham, he kind of came a little later, but I like Jason Statham, and apparently him and Stallone are like best friends, like they're really good friends. Um, and him and Stallone in those movies, at least the first three, are kind of like the heart of the movie, like their friendship. So, um, yeah, they should have just stuck to that. I really think they messed up the franchise with the third movie, and the fourth movie flopped, I think. So, and apparently there's terrible green screen, and I've also heard that Stallone isn't even in the movie that much. I mean, what is that? I guess he just wants to spin it off into another franchise where he doesn't have to be in them. I mean, weren't they gonna make the Expendables like a bunch of women in them, which maybe could be good, but at the end of the day, the you're kind of missing the point of those movies, in my opinion. If you start doing that, it should have probably just been three movies. But too bad the third one's really bad. And another thing that annoyed me with these movies is it just even the second one, which I think's the best one. It was just never quite up to what you had in your mind. So I remember when they were gonna make when I heard about the first one, I was like, "That's a great idea," and I was kind of disappointed with the first one. Um, so yeah, the third one did have Wesley Snipes though, I think. So, and also Arnold Schwarzenegger's like barely in any of them. I mean, so was Chuck Norris, but I don't know. It'd be nice if years ago. Now they're like it's too late, but have a movie with Arnold and Stallone throughout the whole movie. That's good. But they never really did that. He's barely in these. I like Bruce Willis is in them. Um, it's too bad what Bruce Willis. I mean, he has some form of dementia now, I think, and it's sad. But yeah, they're just never quite what you expect. But it's not the '80s and the '90s, so I don't know. Maybe like someone like the John Wick directors or something like that. Like maybe that's what they needed. Like maybe Stallone shouldn't have even directed the first one, but maybe get better directors. But oh well. For me, the first two, and I enjoyed the second one more. But I haven't seen this. Lock Up. I don't know if I've seen that. So now Cliffhanger. Now that's a great movie. That's a great action movie. I'd put it I'd probably put it even above Demolition Man. I really like that movie. Heck, I'm putting it in S tier. That's an amazing action movie. Directed by Rennie Harlan. And a great villain with John Lithgow. Just a cold blooded psycho. Like that scene when he kills his girlfriend, because then there's only one pilot, and then he says to her, does he say, he's like, "Do you know what love is?" And then she says no. And he's like, "Sacrifice." And then he just shoots her, total cold blood. because then there's only one pilot, and then he survives because he's the pilot, or that's the plan that he has. But great movie, amazing. I'll put it right after Rocky. Yeah, total classic. One of the best action movies ever. Over the top. Guess I go with B. It's not a classic of mine. It's kind of a dumb idea, but and his kid kind of sucks until like halfway through. Then he kind of, I don't know. The kid's so whiny, and he is kind of. I mean, Stallone in the movie. He's not a great dad. I mean, he hasn't seen his kid for years. He blames it on the mom and the grandfather. I think it's mainly the grandfather. And the mom's been sick for years with cancer, and she's dying. And he writes the kid all these letters, but then the grandpa. I think the grandpa intercepts them. I don't even know if the mother is reading them. Grandpa in that movie's a real piece of trash because he's like this rich upper class guy, and he doesn't like that he's a trucker and he's a blue collar worker, and but it's just messed up. It's like it's his son, but I mean, he could have gone to court to try and get some custody. I don't know, maybe the movie says he did. I don't think so though. I mean, he could lose, but he could have tried. So you know kind of an unsympathetic character, but it's all right. Better than, yeah. I'd probably go with B minus. Copland, great movie. Um, Great performance by Stallone. That's the thing about Sylvester Stallone. I think he never gets the credit for, like, he's a good actor. Like, people love to make fun of him because the way he talks, and he just gets no respect. He gets no respect. Um, he's a good actor. He's a good writer. He's a good director. He's a producer. I mean, talented guy, man. I don't know. I have a lot of respect for Stallone, but he gets no respect almost. And in this movie, it's James Mangold, good director, not counting Indiana Jones 5, which I can't even believe he directed that. Ugh. I'll always hold that against you, James Mangold. Oh gosh, I that movie is so bad. That's a list I should do. All of every Lucasfilm movie ever made, including the Disney ones, which ugh. But James Mangold, at least before Indiana Jones 5, good director. Walk the Line, Copland, 310 to Yuma. So 310 to Yuma is amazing. But for Copland, Stallone, this is supposed to be a big dramatic role for him, and he's really good in it. And it's a good character. He's like in love with this girl, and um, I think he was gonna be. No, he is a cop in it. Yeah, a sheriff, but I don't know. It kind of ruined his career because this girl, and I think maybe her drunk boyfriend, they crash the car, goes into the water, deep down into a river, and he sees it happen. So he jumps in to save her, and he does. But the pressure like destroyed one of his ears, and it makes it so like he can't really advance in the police force. Is he just a security guard? I don't know. But yeah, and he's like still in love with her, but it's like, unrequited love or whatever. But yeah, really good movie. I guess yeah, I'd probably rank it like that. Okay, the first Expendables. Yeah, I'd probably put it here. I like the first two. Just probably rank it. You know what? I'll rank Rocky 5 below that. Probably over the top. Yeah, that's probably what I would do. Rocky Balboa. Hmm. I guess A. Really good movie. I'm not sure if I put it into S. So yeah. And speaking of Stallone, if you could, oh, oops, that's the Crow. Let's forget that exists. But yeah, if you could do me a favor and smash that like button, that'd be great. Really helps the channel. And here we go. The Crow would be an F, and I've seen that. The Crow remake. Ugh. Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Been a long time since I've seen it. Probably go S or that D. Um, you know what? I'll put Get Carter up there, and I'll probably put this up there a little bit. It's not great. It's been a while, but I don't know. It has a few funny lines in it. First Blood. Okay, well these are like tied for me. I probably do that. But they're basically tied. So great movie, you know, Vietnam vet treated terribly. He was just looking for some food, you know. But the sheriff wouldn't let him just eat at the diner, and then he would have been on his way. But no, the sheriff in that is so unlikable. He's just walking through, and then he has to hassle him, and he's like, "Hey, let me give you a ride," and then he drops him off on the edge of town on the other side, and then he's like, "Hey, is there somewhere I can get some food here, like a burger?" And he's like, "There's about a diner. I think he's like 40 miles up that way." And he's like, "What about here? Looks like there's a bunch of them." It's like such a douchebag. Detox, I haven't seen that. So Creed, probably put it in a B. I mean, he's good at it. I think he was nominated for that. So probably. I guess it's just his performance. I mean, I liked the movie, although there's some things about the Apollo's son character that. Well, I don't like that Apollo cheated on his wife, which I'm not sure they had to do, but yeah. Expendables 3, terrible movie. Probably wouldn't quite put it here, but just bad. Daylight, C. Don't remember that much about it. I remember thought it was okay. So, uh, yeah, I don't know. Expendables 3, where do I put that? I guess D. Yeah, it's just not that good. I don't know. Maybe it could be a C minus, but Rambo 3, just not my favorite Rambo. I would probably put it here though, at least above Over the Top. I mean, it's still a Rambo movie. It's still great action. I mean, they spent a bunch of money. I think it was one of the most expensive movies ever made when they made it. There's some great scenes. Maybe because it's in the desert. I don't know. I do like that him and the Colonel guy, kind of a little bit of buddy cop stuff going on in some parts. That's the best part of it for me. But um I don't know, there's just something about that movie it just doesn't quite gel with me as much as the other ones. And it's not bad. It's just, you know, I like all the other ones I like more. So Rocky 2. Yeah, I'd probably put 2 cuz this is when he actually wins. So something like that. Hmm. Maybe it's A plus. But yeah, man, Stallone's got a lot of good movies, in my opinion. I mean, look at that. I already have 7 in S tier. Yeah, I do 1, 2, 3 probably. And is 4 on here? Man, who makes these lists? How can 4 not be on here? I don't think so. Oh, wait, here's 4. Man, I think they're all like really good. I'd probably do that. I mean, the funny thing is 4 is maybe like the most talked about in some ways, but I don't know. They're all so good. Yeah, and then I probably do Balboa, and then 5. Yeah, I think that's about right. Really, 2, 3, and 4, they're kind of interchangeable for me and on the quality level. I think they're all very good. Never seen that. Nighthawks. Never seen that. I've been meaning to watch that though. But Cobra, oh man. Now that's a good action movie. I know some people can laugh at it a little bit, but um, it's just so much fun. I love the villain too, who's I think called the isn't he called the Night Stalker? I think. Um, I just love his character of Cobretti. You know, he's out of control cop. He's over the top, but he gets results. I just think it's so much fun. Yeah, I put it above these probably. That's probably what I would do. Not quite on the quality level of S. Apparently though, there's like because that movie is like less than an hour and a half, and apparently there's tons of footage that they cut from that movie. There's like this rumor that there was a cut that added I think like 20 minutes to it or so. And man, I love to see that, but I'm sure the footage is like destroyed. And oh yeah, they chopped it up because they're like, well, we want it to be less than an hour and a half, so there's more showings we can put it in the day. That's just such a lame reason. It's like, I mean, it would have been what, like an hour 50, an hour 45. I mean, it's not even an hour and a half. It's like 15, 20 minutes they cut, and just lame. It's like, but yeah, it's too bad. Definitely a great movie, great action movie. Specialists, I watched that a long time ago. Pretty boring, I think. Oh, that goes there. Judge Dredd, I am the law. Probably, maybe it's at the top of the pack of D tier. If you want a Judge Dredd movie, just watch Dredd, which unfortunately never got a sequel. And this has Rob Schneider in it. Assassins. You know, I just remember watching this and thinking I was just bored. And I thought it sounded really cool. They're both two assassins, but the movie just seemed boring. I think the Wachowskis wrote the script. I don't know if someone rewrote it or something, but just boring movie. So, yeah, does that go E? I guess. It's been so long since I saw it. I'll probably put it at the top of E, just because it's Banderas and Stallone. Tango and Cash, solid movie. Probably put it there, top of B. Heck, you know what? I'm gonna put that there. Yeah, I think that's fair. Rambo 2. I'll probably put it here. Yeah, or maybe like this. Yeah, so I have Rambo 4 S tier, Rambo 2 A tier. Oh man, maybe it's an A, maybe it's S. I mean, I have 9 S tiers. That seems like too much, but I just think all of those movies are just very, very good. Yeah, that's probably how I would do it. I mean, I think I like 4 more than 2, honestly. Two's kind of interesting though because it's like he goes there, the Congress, U.S. Congress sends out, gives money for black ops, ex-military guys to go in, take pictures, and then get out without even being known. Hopefully, I mean, they probably assume you have to kill some people, but and then but then the military sabotages it. Um, so because it'd be like an embarrassment, and it's like they like want to show that it's so dangerous that they can't prove or disprove that there are POWs there. It's kind of an interesting plot, and James Cameron helped write the script. So yeah, I think that's probably how I would do it. So, but yeah, that's about it. Let me know how you would rank them. I'll read out my S tier: First Blood, Rocky, Cliffhanger, Rambo 4, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Copland, Rocky 4, and Rambo 2. And then A tier: Demolition Man, Cobra, Death Race 2000, Rocky Balboa. Actually, I'll put Balboa above that. But yeah, that's about it. Let me know what your ranking would be, or at least your S tier, and see you next time.